Dr. Albert Marconi, page 375, was the last survivor of the plague. As the team made its way through the abandoned village, the priest described the outbreak that had taken every single member of the tribe but him. Painful sores, blindness, madness, limbs that in the course of minutes seemed to rot and split like bad fruit. Horrors an old man should not have to see in his declining years. The priest had lived to the ripe old age of 37. The priest believed he'd been spared by Kotick, only to relay this tale to me, to warn me off. He bid me farewell, saying he intended to strike out into the jungle, to walk west until he touched the sun, or until the land reclaimed him. I didn't tell him that walking that direction meant he might wind up as part of our tour group of Iquitos. I shook his hand and left Peru for good. A week later, I was back in New York, relaxing with Sharon after Dr. Halen's memorial service, enjoying cups of coffee laced with a great deal of brandy. We stood on the balcony, looking over the city through clouds of my pipe smoke. Sharon said, "These poor people, why do they have to die?" I snorted a laugh around my pipe. "We all have to, dear." She didn't smile. "You know what I mean. The way they died, sick and blind and screaming for their gods to save them, with no answer in return." She turned her eye to me. "The gods are cruel, aren't they, Albie?" I drew a deep breath and replied, "Every living being has but one need. Power. Power over other things. You need it to grow, to eat, to reproduce. And cruelty is the ultimate expression of power, to impose needless, extreme suffering and humiliation on another. It is the purest demonstration of strength. Toddlers learn it in the nursery. Therefore, every organism from the microbe up wears its cruelty as a badge to mark its upward progress. Prey must be subdued, competition must be starved, enemies must be wiped out. One would thus assume that we find the same among the gods, only more so, that at each level of the heavens we find higher and higher levels of greed, brutality, and mindless spite. How else could they have become gods?" Sharon shivered, though it was not cold on the balcony. In a barely audible voice she asked, "But is that really the way it is? The work you do, you would know better than anyone." I set my pipe aside and turned, to let her look into my eyes. I said, "That's the end of the book." Yeah, right? Cool, isn't it? For everybody that stuck around this long, I'm going to probably do another thank you video as well, but that was the end of John Dies at the End by